In this session, we are going to look at normative media theory. Before getting into what normative media theory is, let's look at what media theory is. So media theory refers to the complex of social, political, philosophical principles which organize ideas about the relationship between media and society. Okay, what is the basic relationship that exists between media and the people who reside in the society? What are the organizational principles or what are the ideas that are offered in the context of society, in the context of philosophy, in the context of political science or political structure? So this entire wave of social, political, and philosophical principles um, would be defined as media theory. So within this type of theory is called a normative theory, which is concerned with what the media ought to be doing in society rather than what they actually do. Okay, so it's largely an ideological framework or it's an ideal framework um, looking at what media should be doing instead of what media is actually doing right now. In general, the dominant ideas about the obligations of mass media will be consistent with other values and arrangements in a given society. So how things are, ideally or ideologically in a society, they are based on values and principles, and accordingly, the obligations of the mass media should conjoin or should consistently move along. Normative theories were first proposed by Fred Siebert, Theodore Peterson, and Wilbur Scram in their book called Four Theories of the Press. At first, the word normative theory was pronounced in the USA during the height of Cold War with communism and Soviet Union. Often it is called as Western theories of mass media. Okay, so these three gentlemen, communication theorists Siebert, Peterson, and Scram, came up with a book called Four Theories of the Press, which were where first time normative theories were proposed. And it's not just one theory, there are four theories. We are going to look at this theory in individuals sessions, and we're going to explain in details what are the advantages, disadvantages, or what are the features of these theories. A normative media theory describes an ideal way for media systems to be controlled and operated by the government, authority, leader, and public. Okay, so what is the ideal way how a media system must operate, or how it could be possibly become controlled by a system or a structure which could be basically comprising of government or any kind of authority or leader, or if it is a public media. So these theories are basically different from one another and other communication theories, because normative theories of the press are not providing any scientific explanations or prediction. It's just looking at an ideal framework and offering you that in a certain situation or in the context of a certain event, how media should perform or function and what kind of an ideology it must propagate. At the same, these four theories of the press were from many other sources rather than a single source. Sometimes media practitioners, social critics, and academics also get involved to develop these normative theories. It's not from single source, rather than looking at what all events that occurred in the history, and then there are so many people who belong to the media industry and who are social critics who also get involved, and they offer their insights into the normative theories. Normative theories are more focused in the relationship between the press and the government rather than the press and the audience. Okay, so it's largely looking at the relationship between the establishment and how the press must operate in accordance to the policies of the establishment, rather than looking at press and the audience. Whereas the other theories, what we have discussed in the past, by and, by and large, looked at the dynamics between the media as well as the audience. So there's a reception theory that is considered into the picture, whereas in normative theories, the focus is by and large on the press and government rather than press and the people. These theories are more concerned about ownership of the media, okay, who owns the media and how they must operate, and who controls the press or media in the country. So the focus is by and large on the controlling mechanism or the operational aspects, or who owns and how that ownership, spreads out. Few questions will help us understand the need of normative theories, or why normative theories came into picture at the first place. Okay. Let's look at each one of them. First one is media published or broadcast any type of content that will earn more profits in a shorter time. Okay, the media that where the content is produced or broadcast, any kind of content, is it going to earn profits in the most shortest span of time, which is where yellow journalism or tabloid journalism comes to picture. Is the media Can the media provide any public service even if no immediate profits can be earned? So that gives you a picture about the service aspects of media and if they are concerned about immediate profits or not, or they're trying to or do it more on a pro bono basis. Is media can participate in any issues or solving the social problems? Can media contribute to the participation in any kind of social issues or help in solving different kind of problems that exist in society? Then is it essential for media to protect the consumers from culprits, business frauds, and corrupt bureaucrats by serving as a watchdog? Which is something that has almost gone missing, and a handful of journalists are only practicing ethical journalism or actually working as a watchdog in the society by looking at what sort of problems the common public or the consuming public can face, and they try to protect the consumers by offering insights and informations which are authentic in nature and kind of help people in a long run. What people expect from media during the time of crisis. At the time of crisis, what do people expect from media? There's something that is laid out in different normative media theories, or what they can expect, what they cannot expect. And in the time of crisis, how media can contribute to or help evade a certain crisis, which might be informative in nature, or which could help elevate the status of the people who are suffering from the crisis. Then should media broadcast the highly rated content even if it has high level of violence? Okay, these are the questions that the normative media theories also ask, that in the context of violence, even if that's something that is all pervasive in the society, should media broadcast that, whether it is ethical on the part of media to censor content or offer content as it is, which might be full of violence as well. Then is a newspaper publishing business becomes unethical business to encourage a company for its higher advertisement pay. What it means is it unethical on the part of the newspaper to encourage people or companies to pay for higher advertisement pay and in the process propagate their content or try to do some sort of publicity for those kind of organizations? So these are the few questions that give us a kind of picture about what normative theories are. And we are going to talk about each theories in details. Let's look at what these theories are called. The four theories of the press, or the four normative theories of the media, are: first one is authoritarian theory, second one is libertarian theory, third one is social responsibility theory, and the fourth one is called the Soviet media theory. So we are going to look at each theories in details in each session, and I'm stopping now. Thank you.